Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty Warriors of the North, Ice and Fire. Last time we had a little technical difficulty which leading to a breakdown of the computer and recording, but as you can see, nothing really bad happened. We're still active and we're still doing our best, and for simply that reason we are continuing with the quest. So let's get this moving. Oh, I think that was the wrong island. So this one is the right one. There's something I wanted to say. I've seen some... First of all, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm ill. I was not going to work today because I have a little bit fever, I have a headache, I have a pain in my voice and my head and my limbs and, well, everywhere, and it's quite not good. But I have been fed tea and sick food by my wife for the last day, and I've been in bed for 14 hours now, and if I don't do anything I will just go crazy. So I try to make a little recording and then I will go back to bed. So Titan's Museum. The lizard man who asked to return the tablets has given to you this picture. Young man, that's amazing indeed. These are the signs of the ancient, and it shows the Titans like the ones here in the museum. It's a wonderful exhibit of our museum. Thank you for this generous gift. Please give my warmest regards to Trolk. I will. I will. Also, the payment sucks. And there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is the comments. I just saw a very unfriendly comment to Slickrounder. I know Slickrounder a little bit, and what I can tell you, has no problems of his past or anything. He's an extremely nice and extremely intelligent person, and I do not look kindly on misbehavior on my threats. There is an old German saying, which is, if you can say something nice, don't say anything at all. Or in the original language, wenn du nichts Gutes sagen kannst, dann sag gar nichts. So I would ask you to be more friendly and don't... Well, you can criticize me and my gameplay, that's okay. Also, I would prefer that you do not criticize my person, because, well, I am what I am and I am how I am, and if you don't like it, don't watch the videos. I mean, it's like anything else. Don't like alcohol, don't drink it. Don't like cigarettes, don't drink them. Don't like gay marriages, don't marry a man. As simple as that. So I would ask you to be nice to each other. And when Slickrounder said something and is criticizing me, it is strictly on a professional level. So he sends his deepest respect for you. Things worked out great, don't you think? I've obtained a relic in exchange for a copy of a useless picture. Well, let's go down and deciphering them. Thank you, Olaf. Here is your reward. See you later, Trog. This tablets prove rather interesting, you know. Lots of things has come clearer, but now I've even more questions than I did before. But all that can wait. Now I'm listening to you, Olaf. Maybe there's another way I could help? Yes, Trog could use your help. I study archaeology, as you might have suggested. Tablets with writing, symbols and buildings and all that. Well, recently I've finished translating the symbols on 3 statues so far, not far from here, in a quiet cove. You won't believe what I found out. The monuments of 3 heroes of the past. According to the writings, they are Beowulf the Wolf, Rich the Lion, and Robin the Hood. I think this is Beowulf, Richard Lionheart, and Robin Hood. We'll tell a story about them to our little children, compose legends about their honorable deeds, but that's their only existing image. If someone could make a picture portraying them, that we could show it to everyone, that would be wonderful. Do you know anyone who could do that? In fact, I know a little guy, an orc. So you need a painter. Yes. Right, you've got the gist of my problem. I want a picture about them. I call it the Warriors. That should be an adequate name for the heroes of the past. I heard the captured elves talk about some post-oppressionistic artist. I believe his name was Vincent van Ork. Will you help me? 3 maximum mana? Yes, count me in. If I run into a painter on my journey, I will relay your request to him. Sadly, I must say I have experienced more breakdowns of the game in the last time than I'd like to. Therefore, I will perhaps try to make the videos a little bit shorter. Are we on our way? Yes, we're good. We're good. We're perfect. And this was not the only breakdown with the House of Pain that the game crashed there. And I find that very, very unsatisfying. But on the other hand, the game is so great I can live with that. So, Western Freedom Islands. I think he lives here. So, I think we can buy some spiders. Oh god, we need millions of them. Listen, Peter, would you like to work for the sake of history and have your talent remembered for ages to come? I've got an order for a painting called The Warriors from a Lizard Man. I've met who wants to immortalize some of his people heroes, so will you do it? Great painter, paint no lizard men and no heroes, only sea, only boat. You search near islands, other human painter live there. Alex Atristo is his name. Search there. How so? Alright, as you wish, I'll go to him. Goodbye, great painter. Yes, goodbye. And I think we buy ourselves some spiders here. I think with the mask there will be over 3,000 undead spiders in our army, and I think even with sacrifice level 3 I will only get about 2 to 300 per cast, so that will be a real big problem. What is one spell costing me one time sacrifice? 40, so I can only cast it for 2 times. Well, with the reloading ability maybe 3 times, but that's it. We have a real problem here. I have no idea how I should get enough spiders just by sacrificing them. I mean, I can do that with dragons, no problem, but with these guys, I don't think so. So, Eastern Freedom Islands, welcome. Let's search for the painter. So, I was thinking, the Thorn army was the most powerful army we ever had, and I think will have in points of damage. The Dragon army was the fastest, most damaging army in area of effect that we ever had. And I really like the Dragon army. But I think we can build an even better area of effect damage army if I think it through. So, I'm looking for a painter named Alex Atristo. Of course I know him, he's my father. And they say I'm the splitting image of him. Unfortunately, my father is no longer with us. When all that mess began in Alania, we moved over here. Alice, all the events in Darien has profound effect on him, and he left me. Tears swell up the painter's eyes, but he shakes his head and regains his composure. But you haven't come here to listen to my stories. You come on a mission, right? I'm looking for a painter who would like to paint 3 Lizardmen heroes. The painting would be called The Warriors. Would you agree to that? Painting 3 lizard heroes? Well, it could be quite interesting. First of all, tell me, who are these Lizardmen you speak of? What do they do, and where do I need to go to? They're an ancient race, the descendants of the great Skruks. They're currently looking for a new home. Right now they're living in an ancient cave under the water. Well, that's rather interesting. And who are those heroes? Tell me more of them, please. They're Bear the Wolf, Rich the Lion, and Robin the Hood. The Lizard Man legends speak of them. Right, and what will be my working conditions? They promise to provide you with everything you need, a studio, all the materials and supplies, and don't forget about royalties. I can hardly wait to see it with all my own eyes. I'm ready to follow you right now, Olaf. Let me pack my belongings and we can go. Finally, I'll be as famous as my father was. The house is empty and there is a plate hanging on the door. Off to paint a world masterpiece. That's the spirit. That is the spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Seawolf Marauders. They're not selling anything anymore. We can look at the house, but I don't think they will sell anything we need. No. Goblins, catapults, orc veterans, and orc chieftain. So goblins, catapults, orc veteran, and orc chieftain. Oh god, I think I'm going down. Oh, I have an idea. Maybe the dragon sells some stuff. I really need more stuff. I need more troops. Maybe the dragon has something I can use. The problem is, I don't think he has any fire spiders. No, he has beholders, cyclopses, and dragons black. I think that a pure beholder army, or an army containing many different kinds of beholders, is a very good starting army if you can get your hands on it. Because beholders are ranged fighters, in-fighters, have good health points, and have very good special abilities for the beginning of the game. They can put to sleep many targets, and I think they're just great. They can hypnotize targets, some of them can summon snakes and all that, so I think they're really great. Cannot say the same for spiders. Spiders are only good if you have the according items. I think that the pirate army is effective if you find pirates in the beginning of the game, very soon in the game. If you are able to do that, they would be great. Any other case, they're not that great. A pirate army without the pirate ghosts is not effective. If you have only the pirate ghosts and the sea wolves, you might go for it. It might still rock, but it will not rock as hard as if you have the sea wolves and the pirate ghosts. These are the main ingredients for a pirate army. And if you're playing a Skald, I would mix them with Vikings and Berserkers, because you get a lot of bony, you see. All Vikings, pirates, and Zealots. Yes, very good. And that gives another bonus to Vikings and Berserkers, so you're getting a hell of a lot. Well, we can talk to him, but he's not really very communicative. So what the hell? And I really like Vikings and Berserkers. They're very good at doing damage. Their special abilities are all useful, and sometimes when it just goes for the damage, it's a good choice just to let them go berserk. So there's my helper. What about my request? Listen to what else I was able to translate. So these three heroes were great friends, protecting our lands from enemies. It was also mentioned that Beowulf the Wolf was unable to walk for the first years of his life, but when he received a sign from above and set off a journey, his first feat was to defeat a robber who terrorized the neighborhood. And there's what says about Robin the Hood. He hatched in a temple servant's brood. He could have been an ordinary acolyte had he not used his wits to defeat a horde of enemies led by the villain Torok. As for Rich the Lion, I have not finished the translation so far, but there's nothing else I can tell you so far. Anything about my request? Yes, that's me. I'm not alone. Look who's with me. Greetings, my name is Vittorio Di Vincenzo, and I'm ready to start working. Just show me what I need to paint. Oh, excellent. Now everyone will be able to see our great heroes, Beowulf the Wolf, Richard the Lion, and Robin the Hood. Please follow me, dear Vittorio. The statues are not far from my house. Please accept my gift of heartfelt gratitude. Bye. How's the painting? With just choosing the light scheme, I know painting isn't hard as I thought, or so it seems. Okay, now he knows nothing else, and he's not selling us anything. I was hoping for a new source of things to buy, but he actually let us down.